Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome to the first ever live episode of Weekly Energy Boost. We are recording live at the Kabbalah Centre in Los Angeles to a full house. So this is a new energy for the world, but also for everyone who's listening, who's here in person in the room now, and the tens of thousands of people who are going to hear this episode. This is a trailblazing moment for us to do this. We've done it live for many years, but to do it in a room with hundreds of people in it at the same time. So thank you for being a part of this. This is a tipping point in the energy in the world, in the universe. And at Kabbalah centers all over the world, we get together not to commemorate, but to connect to the energy that's available on the new moon. And the new moon for Kabbalists is one of the most important windows in time of the year. We're fortunate enough to get 12 of them every year. But what we get to do tonight is set an intention, a target to grow our clarity of our work for the month and to set sail on a journey that'll only last 30 days. So if you want to get off the boat, hang in there. But at the same time, when you're equipped with the tools and teachings of Kabbalah, the boat can travel so much faster. You can get to your destination so much more quickly and easily without the rocking that we expect when we set a goal and a target and we move forward towards it. And that's really what tonight is all about. You will hear not only from me a little bit, but from 3 of the other teachers at the Kabbalah Center here in Los Angeles. Many of you are familiar, if not even great fans of their work. First, joining me tonight is Miriam Ashkenazi, who was on just a few weeks ago with the astrological forecast for the first third of the year. And it's actually great timing because I think we spoke about up until like March, beginning of April, and here we are again. Tonight really begins a shift, and that's why it's so important that Miriam is here with us. We have 2 weeks of unprecedented support from the universe. And Miriam is here to share with us what's happening and how we can take advantage of it. So Miriam, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You shared with me, and you've shared in different opportunities. Most of us in the room are also aware that Mercury is infamously in retrograde now and about to wrap up its business, we'll call it, whatever it's been doing to us. But there's a gift that you see and you shared with me about what's special about these. I think it's this week, right? It wraps up next week.
Right.
What's our work to take advantage of those last few, sometimes dreadful, but in this case, joyful, last days of Mercury retrograde in Pisces?
So basically, just to set it up, why is it so powerful? Because we're entering the month of Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and Aries is known for the energy of taking an action. It's ruled by Mars. It's the planet that pushes us to follow our desire, to take an action, to do, to act, to jump into the water, to be brave, to take risks. And that's the energy that's available for us. And it's available for us today from the seed level of it. Now, what's happening with Mercury in retrograde, for those of you that remember from our last discussion last month, Mercury in retrograde, it's slowing down things. And it's also in the sign of Pisces, which is the previous sign, which considered to be the last sign of the zodiac, that is also the one that is more connected to the hidden realm, to the more spiritual realm, the realm that is connected to the energy of our soul, our tikkun, the energy that we are aligned with the Creator's direction for us. So Mercury in retrograde in Pisces for the last few days is also aligned in a very powerful way with something else that we recognize astrologically, is with the North Node being in Pisces. And to make it simple, the North Node is something that's changed every year and a half, and it's a direction for the entire humanity, what spiritual approach to take. So when Mercury in retrograde and the North Node both in Pisces in the first few days of Aries, we kind of encourage to hold on a little bit to the Pisces energy, which means that whatever we're going to pursue, whichever action we're going to take, whatever seeds we're going to plant, we need to remember the connection to our soul. We need to remember that we're aligned with the light, that we're aligned with the higher purpose, that we're aligned with something that is infinite, and to carry that energy with us. So when we plant that seed and when we want to kind of like rush into doing things like an Aries sometimes can rush to do, we want to be reminded and to pull into that energy that at the same time, we want to make sure that we're aligned with the purpose of our soul.
And normally we don't have that influence because it's
Right.
just the new moon of Aries and we all become Aries and we all blast through
Exactly.
mission.
Exactly. So it's just like to help us carry a little bit of what the previous sign is offering us to be more aligned with our tikkun, with our soul direction, and to be more in tune to our intuition in that sense as well, and not just rush to act.
Right. And we're going to give you tools over the next, let's say, 45 minutes on how to take advantage of that, what that more intentional, mindful Aries opportunity is. So stay tuned.
Right.
And then there's the other that you mentioned.
Yeah,
there's
so-
another thing that really it's exciting.
So another thing that if we learn about Aries, since Aries is the first sign, it's also connected to the energy of the child, the beginning. It's the energy that, as we said before, sometimes we rush to do things, take an action. But what's happening in the second week, actually, is that the sun in Aries is in beautiful connection. In astrology, we call it conjunction with the planet Saturn that just recently entered Aries as well. Now, Saturn is the complete opposite energy than Aries. If Aries is the child, Saturn is the adult, is the mature, is the serious energy. So what happens is that we get another support from another perspective, is actually to be more grounded, is to take things more seriously. And when we take an action, when we pursue something, when we run after our goals, when we want to say things and we want to manifest things, to also take in consideration how will it serve us for the long run, to make a better plan into the action that we want to take. Make sure that the energy of Aries is together with the energy of maturity and the energy of responsibility and real leadership with Saturn is really, really powerful. So it's almost like the Aries energy is being supported by its neighbor signs and other planets in ways that it helps us to ground all this powerful energy that is available for us to make things happen. Yeah.
So normally, or I don't know if the right word is normally, but in a typical year, we begin the month of Aries for the next 24 hours. And that sometimes the new moon is 48 hours, but in this case, these 24 hours, our thoughts, our words, and our actions create a mold for the entire month. So we normally say, be the best version of you. Be conscious, be kind, be generous, be mindful of your behavior because that sets the precedent. It creates a seed and we reap those fruits all month long. What's unique about the month of Aries is that every day for these first 12 days controls another month of the zodiac. So it's almost like we have new moon after new moon after new moon for 12 days. The first day controls the month of Aries. The second day controls the month of Taurus. You don't have to remember this. We're going to give you support to remember. There might even be a QR code. There'll be a link in the show notes, but I think we have the QR code of the 12 days of Aries. It's a link online. You can read all about it. There's meditations telling you every day what to focus on. Because every day, thinking in terms of even the Aries energy, right? If you know the potential gifts of the day, week/month and the potential risks or dangers, that knowledge, right? Knowing is half the battle. We then can step into that day knowing that we're planting a seed for 6 months from now, 8 months from now, 10 months from now, and we get another chance when those months come around. But the whole idea that the Kabbalists were focused on, of course, very spiritual, very esoteric, very mystical concepts, but also very realistic, knowing that there is a system to support us to be the best versions of ourselves, and all we need to do is learn the system to participate in it. And that's why what Miriam shared, the ability to, Aries is represented by the ram. And if you know anything about rams, they like to butt heads, right? They'll even, break through a wall or try to break through a mountain in order to, I don't know, you'd have to ask them why, I'm not really sure. But they'll go against a wall, bang their heads up against a wall to get a point across. Imagine that we have all of that softened and more mature and responsible and spiritually focused energy to support us through that work in these 12 days. So again, not the right QR code. There it is, 12 days of Aries. So if you're here in the room, you can take a picture if you haven't already. That is the day-by-day guidance, meditations, action items for how to navigate the next 12 days. So exactly the support that Miriam was talking about lends itself to this daily structured practice that will lead us up almost to the full moon, which we'll talk about in a minute. All right. Anything else you want to remind us before you hand over the mic?
I'm ready for the next.
We're ready for the next. So part of what you shared, Miriam, and then I guess you can go. I'm going to say goodbye for the next 5 minutes, is that Aries is the child of the zodiac. And if you know a child, perhaps you were once a child, you know that one of the amazing things about kids is how self-absorbed they are. They're not afraid to ask for what they want. And obviously there's going to be exceptions to the rule, but especially, let's say, kids 6 and under, right? They have no problem to tell you the truth to your face. I know my kids have said things like, are you going to wear that? You look fat in that. I hate the people, our guests. Oh, I hate them, right? No problem to be 100% direct and clear and honest. So Kabbalah teaches that there exists that part of us, that part of us still exists inside of us. And sometimes when it drives the bus, we get in trouble. And it's not just about speaking your mind. It's about being so self-focused that we lose sight of the bigger picture and we get in our own way. And to share with us more about how to use this month to counter that, we want to invite up Daniel Naor.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, Daniel is also the youngest speaker this evening.
Oh, you didn't have to reveal that.
Let's call him out on being so young and cute. So
I'll take that. I'll
take
take that.
that.
That's okay.
let it in.
Let it in.
So I think what's unique about this month, and I think there's maybe one other month of the year where we have such a specific opportunity, is that in the month of Aries, and the process starts tonight, which is why this is such an important new moon, we have access to a level within us that we haven't achieved yet. And the Kabbalists teach that this whole month is an opportunity to free ourselves from the aspects within us that are making a mess, ruining things, perpetuating those negative habits, those difficult situations. I know if I asked every single one of you, and be ready because we have mics, we're going to ask every single one of you in a minute, how you get in your own way, you know. It's not that you don't know. You know how you get in your own way, and yet you don't stop doing it.
It's a phenomenon.
What's up with that? So, Daniel, how can we take advantage of not only the astrological influences, but the atmosphere, the spiritual atmosphere of the month of Aries is primed to let us do a unique work. What is that work?
First of all, I want to start by a question to the audience and to our listeners as well. You can show your hands. How many of you have felt an extremely intense energy in the last week or two? Oh my God. Oh my. More than I thought. Okay, I thought maybe half the room.
That's
everybody.
why they're here. That's why they're here, because they want relief from that intense energy.
So it tells us something, right? Tells us something. There's something in the room, there's something in the air that called all of us to be here, that called people to listen to this. And we're looking for that freedom that you're talking about, right? Now, we also know what our areas of growth are and our repetitive patterns. We know that too, but somehow the universe keeps showing us in the last 2 weeks, everyone that I talked to, including myself, I've seen a lot, is just in our face, right? The question is why? Is the universe conspiring against us? It's the end of Pisces. Let's put it all in there. Let's annoy everybody.
And in true Pisces form, a lot of people have probably been thinking, why am I like this? How come I don't learn?
Totally.
Is it this again? I thought I worked on this. Why is it showing up again?
So it's coming to us because seeing it is the first step to liberating ourselves from it. But we cannot do it alone. The good side, upside is that we're not alone. We're not alone. Oftentimes we feel like we're alone. We're the only ones who are strong. You saw everybody shows of hand, right? Now, when we are going through stuff, when we are in our little prison cell, in our little mental loop, trying to figure things out, fix something, overcoming the tests and challenges in our life, we think we're alone. We think that we're only ones who are struggling. But being here together and on such powerful window in time, beginning this journey, it's really a process. Tonight we're planting a seed. Like you said, all the 12 days we're planting the seed. We are building something together. And we will talk about what is the work, what is the first step to build that until we get the big gift and the peak of that time, which is the full moon. Yuda is going to talk more about it. That is going to be the great escape from all of the things that we're seeing now that is keeping us small and limited. There's a way out, and we're not alone. We can do this together.
How? Don't leave us hanging.
See you next month.
See you in 2 weeks.
So I always say that the first step is to recognize how enslaved we are by what we call the ego, how imprisoned we are, right? The paradox is we first need to almost kind of feel hopeless, but not in a negative way or reactive way. There's the story of the founder of the Kabbalah Centre, Avashlag, that a student once came to him and he said, I tried to deal with this challenge of mine, and I'm doing everything, and I'm studying, and I'm staying up all night. I'm doing all these things, and it's not working. And Avashag had this big smile on his face. I said, why are you smiling? He said, because now you are 100% sure that it's not you that can change. If you now, from that desperate place, begging the Creator, the light can really help you, and it will be disappear. You will receive help. But as long as we believe or feel that, I got this. Pause, what a pleasure. It's okay. I got this. Use the Zohar. I got a system. I can hack the system just by myself. The Creator cannot fully come in and take us out.
Well, it's like if you're stuck in a physical prison and you want to get out, you need help from the outside.
Absolutely.
Like you need someone to open the gates or help you sneak out, so to speak. That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
But when you say prison of the ego, it's very poetic. What does it look like? How do you know when you're enslaved by your ego?
Well, Miriam just talked about the Aries and its impulsive nature, and you mentioned about the child, right? The inner child. one of the ways that specifically also the Aries inside of us that will come out is enslaving us or we're imprisoned by is all these impulsive desires, all these quick fix, all the things that we're addicted to that just want the answer. I just want to fix it. I don't want to stay in the lack. It's too painful.
The impulse for relief
For relief.
at any cost.
That's what it is. When I'm finding myself again in this pattern of self-sabotage and I just want to get rid of it, right? That's not the answer. That's a small desire. The real work in this time is to see how, and my teacher, the Rav, often said, Rav Burke, the problem with ego is that it's a small desire. It's keeping us small. It just wants the quick fix. It just wants instant gratification. It just wants some comfort and I'm good. But that's not what we're here for. The Creator wants to give us infinitely more. So if we're settling for that, an hour before I came here, I needed to pick up my daughter from a play date. And I took a wrong turn that took me on a detour of just 5 minutes, right? But in that, there was a moment where I'm like, damn it, why did I do this? Why that? Then I caught myself and it's like, the thought, what's more important to you? Like, how small is that desire to want to be in time versus being with the light? What our soul really wants, it's not just the quick fix and the relief. It's not just getting rid of the lack. It's not just a little comfort and now I'm good. What our soul really wants, it's a true connection, lasting connection to our soul, to our source, having the guidance, making an impact, being with this force, having certainty all the time, feeling the presence of the light. That's the soul's desire. That's much bigger. And all these instant gratifications and fears, wanting to be right, lack, all of these wanting to fix stuff, it's just a prison cell. And first step is to see that we are in that prison. It's controlling us. It's controlling us.
When you say ego, though, my mind, and I think most people's mind automatically goes to the more Aries-like ego. Me. I want validation. I want recognition. Why isn't everybody applauding me? But some of us don't have that problem. Some of us have, I want to disappear. I don't deserve. Why should I ask? Like the sort of inverted ego. How is that the prison?
It's so funny because it's almost like the exact duality of transitioning from Pisces to Aries, right?
Right.
It's like two sides of the spectrum. Aries is in the me first, maybe arrogant, selfish, kind of the obvious, which, quite honest, oftentimes it's easier to deal with, right?
It's
so
visible.
obvious. It's in your face.
Right.
The more concealed or hidden ego, it's like the cute ego.
Or the spiritual ego. I'm so humble.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me. I'll sit here in the dark by myself. You go have a good time. You say I have experience saying that.
It's just as dangerous.
Right.
And it's keeping us small, limited.
So, but how is not having that self-doubt, how is that keeping a person enslaved?
Self-doubt?
Like, what's the big deal? Not hurting anybody.
Right, exactly. That's the lie.
Like
That's
the ego, normally, if you think you're awesome and the Aries ego tramples on people as they run towards their goal and then looks back and says, oh, did I hurt you? No, shake it off.
Well, in a way, having that arrogant ego is maybe even better because at least you're doing something.
Right.
You can be of service. You can add value if you believe in yourself and you're doing something. Of course, if you're hurting other people, it's not. But if you don't believe in yourself or you're doubting yourself, you're second guessing, imagine the Creator instilled so much power, potential, light inside of our soul, and it's all unutilized. What a waste.
Or at least underutilized.
What a waste.
Yeah.
What a waste. And so we are stealing, we're robbing the world, we're depriving the world of the greatness that we are meant to bring and show up.
Does everybody see how their ego is trapping them? Is there any form of ego that isn't clear how it's a prison cell? Everybody's got it.
You want to give them maybe some time to identify?
Yes, let's do that. Turn to the person next to you. If you're listening to this, you could even write it down. Based on what you've heard so far tonight, what do you notice? What have you realized is your ego prison? Turn to the person next to you and share with them what aspect of your ego is keeping you enslaved. I'm going to ask again.
We would like to take one or two examples, brave ones, and remember that this is a cosmic opening right now. So with the support of the Creator and all the energy here for the brave ones that are going to share and inspire all of us, by just sharing the awareness of how the ego is controlling me and I'm enslaved by, I'm so much out of control, and how much help I need to overcome it. Just by sharing it, just by voicing it, we're already receiving, and especially tonight, we're receiving the support, the divine assistance to slowly crack open the prison door. It's the beginning of the process, is identifying, and even sharing it and voicing it, even more powerful.
No. Come back.
Oh, come back.
Tell us your name.
Hi, my name's Eden.
Hi, Aiden.
So I realized my ego is totally pride in reverse. I think what you were kind of talking about earlier, I'm so quick to kind of lose my humility and see myself as like, I make one mistake and then I'm the worst person in the world, and just go straight into that negative self-talk. And it's just self-obsession. And even though I'm not like narcissistic, I'm not thinking I'm the best person in the world, it's still me disconnecting from my higher power. And it's still me sitting there just thinking about myself, even if it is negative. So to me, it's just like not being right-sized in the truth of who I am and how I exist in the world.
What would the opposite of that look like to you?
I think humility is the word that comes to me, and just being fully honest about like checking the facts of what's actually going on. And, you know, I make one mistake, let's say at work, my first thought is, oh, I'm going to get fired. I'm going to be homeless. Like I just catastrophize. I go to the next, my brain just takes me there. And I think a big part of that is like challenging that is checking the facts of the situation. Like I'm human. I'm allowed to make mistakes. I don't have to be perfect all the time.
And what could be an even greater desire? There will be a full expression of your soul, having stepped out of that loop and pattern and prison. Because checking the facts, right? It's still, I need to check the facts, and it's still like me trying to control what could be bigger than that. Because the process that we're in right now in these 12 days especially, it's getting out of the small desires. Part of the small desires, I'm gonna figure it out. If I just do this, it's still small. How can I bring in the Creator? How can I see a miraculous shift? We haven't mentioned this, but this month, Kabbalistically, it's called Nissan, which comes from the word Nes. Nes means miracle. What's available for us is planting the seed tonight throughout the 12 days, and then the peak on the 15th is something completely miraculous. Miraculous. We want to aim high. We don't want to even think about the template from last year or this. We want to completely revolution. What could be bigger than that? Just allow yourself to dream, right?
Like, what is my desire that's opposite of what I'm currently doing? Is that
Yeah. What is on the other side of that
I think
small
it's
prison cell?
just like fully stepping into what my higher power and what the light wants me to be, and owning like the gifts that I'm given from the light and from God, and being proud of what I do in the world and how I'm able to be of service to others, and come from a giving place and act like the light, and just like receive all the joy and the gratitude that comes with that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Dang.
Hey.
Any other brave soul want to do that work? Yeah. And just as Daniel and Boris are going through their process, think about your own example of ego and what's on the other side of it, and what your soul might be telling you in contrast with what the ego is telling you. Take it away.
So come again with the question.
What was the question, Joe?
What ego did you notice when you were listening to what we were sharing before? What do you feel is your ego prison?
Basically, fear. Fear, desperation, always this self-doubt, not having certainty, and that's the way like I get screwed up by the ego. All the time thinking and feeling in my head anxiety and saying, okay, you gotta do this, you gotta prove yourself, you gotta do it. And dude, I know I've done it, I know I can do it. And the thing that is funny is that I don't do it in the name of love, I just do it in the name of fear. So it's even worse. So if, for example, I just go and do whatever, for example, I just go and talk to a girl that was like a police shy, no, fuck, I just go. Okay?
Yeah. Elisheva, we can edit that part off.
So I just go and, okay, I've done it. But when I do refuse, like, hey, you done it. Are you proud of me? Oh, that's just sick. It's like constantly putting myself down when I do it in the name of fear, not in the name of something for myself, enjoy it.
What's your name again?
Boris. You
Boris.
can call me Moshe too.
Okay. Never. Boris Moshe.
Yeah.
What is the actual fear? Are you aware how the fear, what type of fear and how it's controlling you?
Maybe the fact that I sometimes feel that I'm not going to do it, anything. And my objectives can be with energy, with people and money.
And what's going to happen? What are you afraid if you're not going to do it? What's
That I'm
gonna
going to lose myself, but really, really bad.
And what's the worst thing about losing yourself?
Not living, basically. I think that it's better to be alive than just live day by day and not knowing what you're going to do. Is like, that's like my fear. Okay, I'm not, for example, fear of not having any money, being in the street. No, because if I'm good and okay, I know I can do it, I can get out of there. But not being right with myself and all this sudden get stuck in it is like, oh, I don't know what to do. That uncertainty is what really...
I would recommend for you to spend, especially these 12 days, some more reflective time with yourself and really dig deeper in what is the actual fear. What is it? What is the fear in the background, deep inside, that is controlling everything about me, my behavior, how I interact with people, how I show up, how I present myself, my motivations, my agendas. Like, there's a very deep fear I'm sensing there that I feel, again, the work in this month until the 15th is just to dig and recognize we cannot change by ourselves. The good thing is we're not alone. We have the community, we have the tools, we have the wisdom, we have cosmic support. Our part is just recognizing and then really saying, oh my God, I am in such deep prison hole. That's the preparation to crack open the door and then we can escape. Yuda will talk more about that part. Thank you.
תודה רבה.
So that's the work. Summarize it again. Recognition,
Recognizing.
but clarity. I think that one of the things that happens is it's vague, and so we don't really attack it.
Right, right. Also being grateful for when we see many times all the people that I talk with in the last few weeks, it's like we need to translate the language of the cosmos. It's not against us, it's for us. So whatever we recognize now, the Creator believes in us so much, wants to give us so much and free us, that He shows us everything that we are still enslaved to for the sake of getting out of it and liberating ourselves. So being grateful for what we see, recognizing it, knowing that we cannot do it ourselves, asking the help of the Creator, and then utilizing the cosmic windows in time that we have right now to really create the miracle. Nissan from the Ness. Miracle, 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 miracle.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So one of the things we do every new moon is we have a meditation. And the meditation isn't always the same. We do it differently from month to month. But one of the reasons that the Kabbalists give us that tool of meditation is to create space for new energy, for a new reality, for miracles in this month specifically. As Daniel was saying, the meditation is what connects us to that vibration that we've been talking about this whole hour. So Yehuda is here to help us access that reservoir of energy that will sustain us for the month. But before we get there, both Miriam and Daniel alluded to the idea that there is a surge of energy in the full moon of every month. But specifically this month, that surge of energy is what allows us to break out of prison. And that's why Yehuda is here, to help us understand the intrinsic necessity of using that window in time so that we are no longer the same people we were yesterday. And by yesterday, I mean literally yesterday. 2 weeks from now, we'll be connecting to that cosmic window, and we will not be the same people we were yesterday. How do we do it, Yehuda?
It's very powerful, no? We begin with consciousness, like always. We hear it over and over. Those of you studying with us at the Kabbalah Centre, consciousness is everything. And when we work with consciousness, we work on the expansion of the level of the awareness of reality. Since by default, we all are trapped within a mindset that is limited by time and space. We're calling it the 1% reality. And within this reality, having the access to what we call freedom, that the entire 2 weeks from tonight that are leading us to the full moon of the month of Aries. So tonight it is the new moon. 2 weeks from tonight it will be the full moon. And this is the night that is coded by the name Pesach, Passover. And the Kabbalists explain that when it comes to the level of the expansion of consciousness and awareness, to get into that point, to be able to have the capacity to receive that energy of that night, it requires some reflection and some work before. And this is what we are here to plant tonight as the seed level of those 2 weeks. Breaking out of the fear, out of our own prison, if we will try to be practical and simple, I loved what we heard before from both the students who shared. And Boris, I think, shared about fear. And if we will try to condense what we want to look into as far as preparing ourselves for this surge of energy that is taking place in the full moon, it will be creating our personal individual list. One of the fears that's still controlling us, the way we think, and the way that we desire in life, and the way that we act in our lives. And the process is truly exposing, especially the hidden parts of those fears. So this inner search, not fixing, not changing, not transforming, this is not the task of those 2 weeks in order to be able to connect with this surge of powerful energy. How much do I get to expose for myself? It's very powerful. By the way, I recommend, as my teacher Karen Berg would always recommend, to put it in writings. Take a pen, take a piece of paper, and every day, the beginning of the day, the end of the day, you make the list of anything that you got to expose about different types of fears that you recognized and you truly desire to clear from your system. Fears, it will be one list, and the second list, as preparation for this surge of energy, it will be all different types of attachments that we have. When the Kabbalists speak about the root level of any type of addiction, addiction doesn't manifest only in a physical level. It begins in another level. Certain level of attachments that we have, a certain level of attractions that we have to spaces, to people, to actions, that we are so clear in another dimension of ourselves that they are not truly healthy for us. They will never get us into living our true self, the expanded part of our soul. So the main work is truly exposing those parts, put them on the writings, and maybe later we'll say what we would recommend to do with what we write.
Okay. Now, this surge of energy that Yehuda referenced, that's the full moon of Aries, is known conventionally as Passover or Pesach, which has been, I think for many people who are familiar with it, it's a commemoration of a very famous jailbreak. Right? I mean, Prince of Egypt, if you will, Exodus, the Ten Commandments, all those movies revolve around this same story where there was a group of people who were enslaved. They somehow broke free, achieved their freedom, and there's a journey after achieving that freedom as well that the Kabbalists talk about. But for the Kabbalist, Pesach is not about commemoration. It's the same energy surge that allowed the Israelites to leave Egypt 3,500 years ago is available for us 2 weeks from tonight. And the Kabbalists teach that there are specific ways to connect to that energy surge that allow it to work for us. The word Pesach literally means to skip over. That energy surge lets us skip over levels of process of growth. Again, you might look at your ego and say, I read a book on how to work on that. I'm going to work on it. The Kabbalists say, you don't have, there's a reality where you don't work on it. It just stops existing in you. And so, especially for those of us who are familiar with it, we celebrate it, we know what it's about, Pesach, from the Kabbalistic point of view, looks very different. I mean, Yehuda, when someone says, I'm going to do Passover with my family, or I do it with my college roommates, I don't know. What do you tell them?
I would say good luck. There are many secrets about anything that we do at the Kabbalah Center. Those of you studying with us for a while, or those of you first time here, even the gathering tonight, it is the new moon, but we could celebrate, we can make a connection and a meditation, each one of us just at home. We could send you a recording and you could just make the connection by yourself. Kabbalistically, there is power in coming together. There is power of many of us coming with clarity of desire, of intention, with a heart to make a connection. When we are coming together, in this room we are around 300 people, and those of you who will listen to the recording, you are with us right now in soul and heart. When we coming together, the Kabbalists explain that the energy, the vibration of each one of us is getting and being elevated to the highest space that the collective, not the individual, that the collective energy is elevating to. There might be someone that this is the first time for you being here, and maybe it's first step in entering into the wisdom of Kabbalah, and some of you been many years. In the energy level, in the vibration level, when we're coming in a consciousness of oneness, the energy is not fragmented, is not being divided. So in Passover, I can say why for many years it is important for me, and the way I guide my students, it is coming together with group of conscious individuals that desire, not about celebrating a holiday, but connecting with a cosmic window, and once in a year an opportunity to create a change in the destiny level. Not less than that. This is what it is for me. Not less than that. Any breakthrough that we desire, that we wish to achieve, when we're studying the wisdom would guide us into certain moments and certain connections that are capable to help us to activate that change. So all the preparations and then the studying and the meditations that we do beforehand, this is one part of the work.
And you're talking about the 12 days
Correct.
focus, the exposing the ego. Is there anything else we can do to prepare ourselves?
I think that before even the exposing of the ego, sometimes we're getting into do spiritual work and it becomes a routine. And there is a requirement with any spiritual work, especially being guided with this wisdom, it is to go back into the intention and into the why am I doing that. So our teacher, the Rav Berg, would say that if you're about to develop a building, you bought some land and you're developing a building, and you got the permit because you had a vision and you got a permit for 4 stories. And after you build the 2 stories, you think for a second and you desire now to build a 48-story building. You can do that, but it will be a headache now. You need to start from the beginning to get new permits. The vision that we have, what do we desire for ourselves at the soul level for the coming year, beginning from tonight, this is what we want to activate every day in those 12 days. Because the reason why to look into the ego, why to find my attachments, why to find my fears and what is blocking me and keeping me living smaller than my true capacity, the work itself is not a goal. The goal is the activation of my full soul capacity.
And when you're in a room with hundreds of other people who have that same intention, you're not only relying on your own, let's say, string to pull you up. Everybody's string, it's like everyone in the room here has a string that's connecting them to the light of the Creator. When we come together, we bind our strings together and it becomes a rope. And that rope is capable of pulling down so much more light. You'll see in a minute when we do the meditation. I'm sure most of you have meditated in a room by yourself before, in your bed, on your couch, in your meditation chair. When you do it in a room with other people, you access a completely other... I'm failing to find the words to the difference in the impact. And it's not about how high you feel in the moment. A lot of people think, I'm going to feel good, I'm going to connect to my higher self. No, the goal of meditation in Kabbalah is, what do I bring back with me from the meditation? How does the meditation change who I am when I'm not meditating? Because I'm sure you're all tranquil and peaceful and calm and connected when you meditate. But I think that that's also part of it, that the prayers, the connections, the things that we do during that cosmic window, it's not about, did you have a good time? Did you feel good? Were you comfy? But rather, what kind of impact did those 5 hours have on the rest of my life?
So this is really powerful, because this is the whole idea of bending time. This is the whole idea of speeding up process. This is the whole idea of elevating above the limit of time, when we get to realize and to activate the consciousness that what we're doing in 1 hour right now has the capacity and the ability to change us, not only in the coming month, but for life. What we're going to do in the full moon, which the new moon is each month, the full moon of the month of Aries, which Passover, this surge of power that is coming in, and we can draw it into our own process to break out of any internal prison. It is once a year. So, but this is the consciousness that the Kabbalists would use. This is not just about the 1 hour. This is not just about the meditation. This is not just about the experience that I have at the time of being. This is the energy that we are capable to awaken, that will be projected to every moment of my life from now on.
Can you guide us in a meditation to create the vessel for that work, for that connection?
Let's do that.
Let's do it. So in a moment, you're also going to see one of the Kabbalistic tools that we use in every new moon. The Kabbalists teach that in the same way that you have a password to connect to the Wi-Fi in the building or in your home, there is a password to connect to all of the energy we've been talking about of the month of Aries. And you have the password on the screen behind us. I think, Yehuda, you're going to be using specifically, well, I guess you'll guide us, but the password is on the screen.
We can dim the lights.
We can't. Oh, because of the camera.
Oh,
I'm not sure we need
yeah.
meditation.
Some of
on
the
camera.
meditations will put some image.
Visual. We'll do a visual.
Yeah.
Waves or leaves rustling or something. Ready when you are.
Okay, so find comfortable position, uncross your legs, your hands. A position that a Kabbalist would recommend it is to keep the palms of our hands open. And simply bring your attention to your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Direct your breath to the center of your heart. Hold your breath for a moment and then slowly exhale through your mouth. Taking a moment to center your energy, dropping into your heart space, releasing any tensions, any pressures from your body, from top of your head, your eyes, your mouth, your shoulders, your hands, your chest, your abdomen, your back, your legs all the way down to your feet. Release any pressures, any tensions. Pay attention to your breath, the energy that is opening up in the space of your heart. Taking a moment to relax the mind, the fastest, most simple way to relax your mind. Simply finding a place that makes you feel safe. It can be a place from your childhood, from the present time of your life, from any moment of your journey. Your mind capacity it is to travel through time and space, and simply see, feel, and vision yourself being in that place right now. Allowing the same feeling to be awakened in you, feeling safe. I'd like to call in and to invite divine guidance into our space. Elevated souls of the righteous, calling in the archangels. Take a moment to feel their presence, their light, their vibration surrounding you, creating a protective shield around you. We're tapping into the energy of the new moon, and bring your awareness into place, into a space where you are clear, but something in you that is blocking you, that is limiting you, doesn't allow you to access the full power within you. Your soul is a divine spark of the Creator. Your soul is limitless. As we begin to search and to expose all the different parts within us that are not aligned with our true essence. We begin opening ourselves for divine assistance to come in, clearing anything that doesn't really serves you. Clearing any forms of fears, self-judgment, anything within that limits. Bring your attention back to the center of your heart. And we'll begin the activation with the use of the names of God, the energy of the new moon, with the intention to project that energy to every day for the coming month. I'm going to use the sound of the names, the sound vibration. We're going to use our breath as we inhale and exhale, activating the connection, opening the portal to open the door for true freedom to open for you. Yud, breathe in. Hey, breathe out. Vav, breathe in. Hey, breathe out. Daled, breathe in. Hey, breathe out. Envision yourself standing on top of staircase, 10 stairs going down. I'll count from 10 to 1, and with each descending number, see, feel, and envision yourself moving step by step down the stairs, with each step allowing your energy to move deeper and deeper. 10, 9, 8, deeper and deeper. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Seeing and envisioning yourself entering into a venue. Within this space there is only light. Everyone dressed white. And you can feel the vibration, the open heart, the alignment of desire, soul connection, with faces, people that you might not know from this lifetime, all coming together, with one heart, with one desire, to connect with the light of the Creator, to open the door for freedom for themselves and for the world. There are hundreds people around you, and you can feel the love. You can feel the alignment of desire. You can feel the joy in your heart. There is a big window that you can see the moon through this window, and it is a full moon. Energy of completion, energy of cleansing, of clearing, of elevation, of drawing and receiving new capacity, for activation of the limitless power that exists in you, the divine power in you, where all the healing, the clarity, the solutions, the sense of purpose, they're all being awakened from that space. Take another deep breath in to the center of your heart. Allow your heart to open even more, and slowly exhale through your mouth. Allow your heart remind you you are here for a reason. You have great mission and purpose in the journey of your soul here. You have so much to give and so much to receive. And from tonight we begin to build the spiritual capacity to clear any of the limitations, any of the fears that keeping us living smaller than the way that we meant to live our lives. Bring your attention back to your body now. Begin to feel back the sensation. You can slowly move your toes, your fingers. You can gently roll your shoulders. Softly moving your neck from side to side. I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and then I will invite you to open your eyes. We'll stay within this quiet space for another few seconds with the intention of grounding the energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take another deep breath in. Hold your breath a bit longer than before. Hold. and exhale with a sigh. And 5. Open our eyes.
Yehuda, I'm so grateful that you were here to do that with us. And the recording will include the meditation so that if you desire to travel back to that non-physical space where we just were, you have the ability to do that as well. Before we send you off into the most powerful 2 weeks of your life, I want to share with you a little bit about how the full moon, how Pesach looks if you choose to culminate the journey that we explained tonight. If you choose to share that evening with us, how it looks. If I had to explain it in just a couple words, it's like a 5-hour experiential, a combination of lecture, workshop, prayer, meditation, and lots of food. As Yehuda mentioned, right, the room is full of people who are aligned in intention, desiring to achieve freedom for themselves, for everyone they love, and for the world. So the center, the Kabbalah Center, commits to prepare every participant to the highest, that you will be a black belt by the time you get to Pesach, with the clarity. And you may not understand every word of every prayer, but Michael and Monica Berg and the teachers are there to explain every step of the way, every stage. The procedure that we do that night is called Seder, which literally means order. We come together to create internal order in our lives, in our inner worlds. And there is a lot of supportive content. Daniel has a 12-day program that he's offering in his Tikkun Healing WhatsApp. The link that we shared with you at the beginning of tonight with the 12 days of work. If you go to onehouse.kabbalah.com, there's so many resources. If you're in, you can ask any teacher in the room. And by the way, the room is swarming with teachers. If you have any questions about anything you heard tonight, I'm here, Yehuda's here, Daniel's here. We're everywhere. Just look for the people who look like they might know what they're talking about. We want to answer your questions. We want you to be a part of that rope that draws down freedom from chaos to the world. So hopefully we'll see you all there. Any final words, Yuda?
Yeah, just for those of you who never experienced Passover with us, the capacity of the room is limited.
Oh, yes. By the way, we have a slide for... There we go, if you're interested. The room is limited, so it's not like tonight where we just said RSVP and join us if you can. The seating is very limited, and the early bird discount ends Monday. That was the other thing I wanted to remember. So that if you are seriously thinking about it, we want you to get your foot in the door ASAP.
Yeah, I would say that if there is one ticket that I would not want to miss buying, it is the ticket for the new moon of Aries.
Full moon.
Full moon of Aries, yes.
They already bought the ticket to the new moon of Aries. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you to the fabulous technical team who helped put on tonight. And hopefully we'll also spend 2 Wednesdays from now together creating a revolution for ourselves as individuals and for the world. Thank you.